So much happens in the holiday season: shopping, wrapping, baking, parties. It's easy to forget that for many, this can be a stressful, lonesome time. The sick, those without family, or those remembering lost loved ones. Connecting Point correspondent Carolee McGrath spoke with Dr. Stuart Anfang, Chief of Adult Psychiatry at Baystate Medical Center, to hear from him how to cope with the anxiety and depression that are often a big part of this time for many.
So that's pretty common, some degree of anxiety or depression. And remember, when we talk about these things, I mean, anxiety is a normal emotion. There's a reason why we have anxiety and that we're wired to have anxiety. The problem is when it becomes so significant that it causes functional impairment, and that's really when concern comes. So the kinds of things that might bring anxiety around the holidays is it's obviously a hectic time, right? People are busy planning things, buying things. There's financial stressors. Some people find all the family togetherness is stressful. There's lots of food and alcohol around. So all of that can increase anxiety and mood issues. The key issue is at what point does it cause functional impairment, where it may be making it hard for you to function at work or at school or doing your everyday activities.
So what do you do if you feel like you've just hit a wall or you've just exploded because you don't have all the presents, you don't have money, the cards didn't come in on time,
right?
All of those things.
So what do? The first thing you do is step back, pause, and take a break. And a break could be, a 2-minute break. A break could be a 2-hour break. Maybe unplug from what you're doing. Put the smartphone away. Stop wrapping presents. Go outside. Go do something you enjoy. Go exercise. Go do something to maybe distract yourself, blow off a little steam, recharge your batteries, separate yourself from whatever is causing you stress. That would be the first recommendation. The second thing is do everything in moderation. Don't try to overdo it, whether it's eating or drinking or shopping or partying. Do it in moderation, because we know too much of even a good thing can be hard for people. If those kinds of things don't help, you also want to be mindful of your sleep, make sure you're getting rest, all the things that we know are good for help. At a certain point, if you try all those things and that's not helping, then maybe that's something you want to bring to the attention of your primary care provider and maybe get some additional support and help.
I think for moms in particular, there's a lot of pressure to get everything done, and I think moms might put pressure on themselves. What advice could you give them about expectations? Because sometimes we have expectations that are unrealistic of getting everything done for our families during Christmas.
Well, I would say moms always have a difficult job, right? Moms may be kind of, the unsung heroes of family life all the time, right? But I think you're exactly right. Over our holidays, there's a lot going on. There were increased expectations. There were increased pressures. And moms should cut themselves a little slack, and probably we should all cut moms a little bit of slack. Although the reality is moms will often say, well, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done, right? And so then the question is, what can you do to sort of make expectations more reasonable? I mean, you don't want to work yourself to the bone or worry yourself to the bone. It would detract from the whole experience and joy that you're supposed to have among the holidays, although we know that that's easier said than done.
So that brings up a good point about you're supposed to have this joy during the holidays and you're supposed to be happy with your family. But how can you help people who have lost someone during the holidays get through this time as they're trying to celebrate with other family members, but of course they're still mourning the loss of that loved one?
Well, so when you say, you're supposed to be happy among the holidays, and the reality is not necessarily. I mean, there shouldn't be a should or supposed to be. If people have losses, if people have family stressors, this is not the time to ignore them and pretend that they're not there. It's okay to feel sad around the holidays. It's okay to miss loved ones around the holidays. It's okay to recognize the pressures that you're under. At the same time, the goal is to sort of try to put it into context and maybe attend to the things that are more positive as opposed to the things that are more negative. If somebody is having those kinds of feelings, say missing a loved one or dealing with divorce in the family or something like that, reaching out for support to other people in the family or friends, or if need be professional help or a clergy member or something like that. People shouldn't suffer in isolation. We know that isolation only magnifies these stressors for people, and reaching out and making a connection with another person and having that level of support and validation can often be an important first step.
Okay, Dr. Stuart Anfang, thank you. Very good advice.
Thank you.